Do you think it's justified? Take a look at the optics. Kejriwal comes out, Dayal's Mallikarjun Kharge, he's in conversation with Nitish Kumar as well. Various political camps now moving their pieces ahead of 2024. What's going on in the mind of the BJP?
My Ram Ram to everyone. And if you talk about Bharatiya Janata Party's agenda, vision is very, very clear. We are here to serve our nation. We are here to contest elections. We are here to do the politics. We want to do each and everything which makes our country more better. And this is what we are doing under the leadership of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. If we talk about, as you mentioned, about the ED or the CBI investigation and all, these are the agencies, autonomous agencies. They're doing their job. Let them do their job. If you have not done anything wrong, then why so much of restlessness is there? I mean, they can't create things against you. Okay, somebody is accusing you, they might, but if they've got evidences against you, then you should worry that yes, that you are on the wrong foot. But if you've not done anything wrong, then why you are so much rattled? Why are you accusing these agencies being used by the present ruling government in the center? It is not like that. But the reality is, we know it very well, that these political parties, if I talk about the opposition political parties, majority of them, they are the political parties which believe in dynacracy. They are the political parties who believe in appeasement politics. And for all this, and to do politics with these all things, you need money. And for money, they go on wrong paths, whether it is about the corruption or any other illegalities. So if you claim that you are holier than cow, then...
Well, absolutely. It seems like we're having some technical difficulties with Anila Singh ji, but we got her initial comments. Abhinandita Dayal, Mathur, spokesperson for the Aam Aadmi Party, also with us. Firstly, do you resonate with what Anila Singh ji here is talking about? And, on the other hand, somebody like Arvind Kejriwal, he has been sharing the stage, sharing the stage with, leaders from the South, be it K. Chandrasekhar Rao or Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, but not necessarily with any Congress party leader. But now Mallikarjun Kharge, for the first time it seems, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress bonhomie could grow stronger, something like that could be on the cards. Your viewpoint on that, Abhinandita?
Thanks. For us, that is not the question. The question is not whether the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress or the TMC and the Congress or any other party come together with each other. The big question right now is a threat. We feel that there is a threat to the democracy. There is a threat to the federal structure. There is a threat to the institutions of this country. There is a threat to political, electoral politics. There is a threat to the country, therefore. So we feel that at the moment, there is a very clear sign by the BJP that no matter who you are, and regardless of who you are, if you are opposed to us, you are corrupt. But if you join us, you will be holier than thou. That is the trend that is happening. Now, if you see about uniting the corrupt, actually it is the BJP that is uniting the corrupt by taking them in its own wings. So magically, if you join the BJP, you are suddenly clear of all problems. If BJP, I must say, was any serious about corruption per se, then the remarks by the very explosive remarks by Satyapal Malik, governor, recently should have actually raised very serious alarms, and then there should have been action about it. Nothing. The huge tragedies in Gujarat, there should have been some action about it. Nothing. The cash that was found in the Karnataka MLA's house, no real action. So the ED and CBI are obviously selectively, attacking the opposition. Number two, you also must see that why is this happening? The political scenario in which this is happening. Look, the fact of the matter is that the BJP has failed to deliver on governance. They have failed to deliver on the promises that they made, based on which the country gave them such an unprecedented, huge, historic mandate. What do the people get in return? Tax on their doodh and dahi. What do the people get in return? Shabby schools and hospitals. Imagine 30 years of their rule in Gujarat, and Prime Minister did not have one real school to showcase, and had to actually make a tent facade and be in a fake school. I mean, So there is absolute failure on the side of the BJP, and then these are all strategies to remain in power. These are all strategies to threaten any potential opposition that may arise and to remain in power. As far as the law is concerned, look, there is a legal aspect and there is a political context in which this is happening. Even as far as the legal aspect is concerned, why would you bring in ED if the CBI is not able to find strong evidence to make a solid case against you? To keep opponents in jail, you make ED, and everybody knows that if you understand the legal system, then it is very hard to get bail in ED cases. So imagine the way this is constructed, the way BJP is fabricating these cases, the way they are orchestrating the arrests of opposition leaders. So it's for everybody to see, and I repeat, for us,
All right.
it's not important who comes together where, but I think that anybody who cares for this country today must come together very naturally to stop BJP, which is perhaps the most anti-national party. They have declared themselves to be the custodians of our tradition. They've declared themselves to be the custodian of our country. But it is absolutely rubbish claims. The fact is that the BJP is doing a great disservice to the nation. And anybody who loves India, anybody who has a dream for India will be able to see through it.
All right, Karthik, initial comments from the Aam Aadmi Party and the Bharatiya Janata Party. And, what's interesting here is that Abhinandita also used the words threat to democracy. Now, I'm not interested in who came up with this particular, line first. Was it Rahul Gandhi in UK? Was it Mallikarjun Kharge's big banner at Vijay Chowk? Or is it the Aam Aadmi Party? But the point is that, it's coming in unison. The Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress, all the opposition parties now talking about this threat to democracy. How are you looking at these developments ever since Arvind Kejriwal came out last night, gave that reaction in front of the media, saying it's all a fuzzy case, nothing really happening. He knows the number of questions that were asked to him, and he also knows that the case is fuzzy. Then he dials up the Congress president, and Nitish Kumar also in talks with Arvind Kejriwal. How are you looking at these developments?
I think let's dip into history. If we talk about a united opposition, the only time the opposition united for the first time in India was in 1967. The opposition united in the assemblies of North Indian states. You had Lohia and other stalwarts at that particular point of time. You had Jayaprakash Narayan, not in its 70s avatar, but as one of the ideologues who was not in the thick of politics. And a lot of governments were made. More than 9 governments were made. Congress for the first time lost elections in various parts of North India. Those were anti-Congress governments. But then you had the socialist era. The Congress was being opposed by Socialist Party. So you had BKD, you had Chaudhry Charan Singh, you had breakaway factions of the Congress Party. So the people who came out of the Congress, they made parties in the name of farmers, they made parties with the socialist slogans. So that was the first experiment. But that was not even a united opposition. Number of opposition leaders came together to form the government. Only time the opposition was united when there was an existential threat to India's democracy. There was an existential threat to the entire opposition itself. When Indira Gandhi declared emergency in 75 till 77, people thought that this would continue, but she suddenly revoked the emergency. And then Babu Jagjeevan Ram saved Congress. Janasangh, Balasaheb Devras was the head or the Sarasanghat Chalak of RSS at that point of time. He concurred, and various other factions came together. The Chaudhry Charan Singh's BKD came together. That formed Janata Party. That was the only time you had a united opposition against a party. Even in 1990, VP Singh wanted to experiment with this idea. He could get more than 140 MPs in Lok Sabha, but it was not a united opposition. Bharatiya Janata Party fought separately on the issue of Ram Lala. You had a combination of the left parties. You had VP Singh in between, and that is why you had this Sarkar like a Trishul, VP Singh left and Advani, and the government came down on the issue of Rath Yatra. Then came the experiment of united opposition again, which was, I would say, a disunited opposition. And that disunited opposition gave 2 prime ministers, Deve Gowda, and it gave I.K. Gujral. So if opposition needs to unite, there are structural issues right now. The biggest structural issue is, because we have got Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, is when Kejriwal had a conversation with Mallikarjun Kharge, you had Ajay Maken tweeting, saying that this is not done. So you have a particular segment within the Congress party which feels that the Congress has been weakened by the regional parties. So how does Congress wants to do this? I think the larger question from the point of view of the opposition is, will Congress be ready to lead from behind, from the side? And the secondly is, if you look at the elections, every bipolar fight across India in Lok Sabha, barring couple of states, BJP has a strike rate of more than 69%. Strike rate of 69, more than 69%. So united opposition, I think, is a chimera today. I think you can have an opposition with sort of a talmel, you can have an opposition with some sort of an understanding, you can have a sort of a opposition where you have a common minimum program, but you cannot have a united opposition against Narendra Modi. It doesn't work. The only time it worked in 1977 was because the entire opposition was behind bars. They were in jail. So opposition politics, only time it succeeded, Hatao Indra was in 1977. Hatao Indra failed in 71 also. So I think, the larger problem here is that when we talk about various political parties, how do they come together? Can Jagat Mohan Reddy Congress fight elections? What happened to Chandrababu Naidu? Look at the combination. KCR, how much is he willing to compromise? Congress party thinks it's still the national party, but it's got 50 plus.
You've got a huge figure in Mamata Banerjee also there.
So yes, but what is right is, ED and CBI has created a common ground for arch enemies in the opposition space to come together and have a conversation. I do not doubt the premise of your debate. It's perfect. They are coming together. But is it enough for them to fight elections properly on one platform, to one common minimum program with one slogan, one identity? I don't have an answer for that. I don't have an answer for that, Kabir, because it's very difficult.